Damn. You guys have no clue what I look at in the middle of the night. And let's just start off on a heavy note. Present screen, share screen, entire screen. Check out this fucking dinosaur right here. Hold on, let me refresh this tab. By the way, understand that that one right there. I found her on the internet. I did a little bit of research. I went back through. I was like, gonna have to put on my private eye investigator outfit, find out where this dinosaur lives. She's a giant. But enough of that. One more hit. Yeah, dude. Of course that's a sport. Fucking you don't find regular athletes like that anywhere else. What the hell is going on with the internet today? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the better part of like 20 years since I've been home. I'm so happy to be home. I saw every corner of the earth. Listen to this travel schedule. February 13th, I went from Malibu to Michigan to see my grandfather for his 90th birthday. That Sunday, the 15th, I flew back to Los Angeles. Or 16th. I flew back to Los Angeles. The same day that I landed, I flew to Australia. I was in Australia. I landed in Sydney, hung out in Sydney for a couple days. Then I flew from there to the Gold Coast, which is amazing. We got a lot to talk about there. And from there, I then flew back to Sydney after being part of a cyclone for a week, which I didn't think was a real thing until about the third or fourth day. And the little streams turned into rivers in the middle of the road. I then flew from there on my birthday, March 9th, to Dubai and then to Glasgow. From Glasgow, I went to New York City, surprised my dad for his 70th birthday on March 15th. Then I went to Connecticut. Then I went to upstate Connecticut. Then I went to Rhode Island. And then I went to Boston. I can tell you right now, I got home the 20th. I'm fucking over it. I am super over it. That was crazy, man. End of the day, I'm going to lock myself in and stay home for a while. But today, guys, I wanted to chat about a couple things. First off, feels good to be home. Second off, we're going to do some deep research on what the hell is going on. D1 Wrestling National Championships just happened. I'm trying to just go through these notes. I have so many things that I've been taking show notes on for like months on end. Great podcast with Chris. Ooh. Look at this one, dude. You guys know I have like 500 fucking horse videos. Check this out. This dude gets thrown to the ground. Horse gets on his back, bites him, shakes him around, does a double kick. That's a victory dance if I've ever seen one. Bite the fuck of your lower back, do a little kick, pull, twist, show my boys my butt cheeks. What I like the most about that video is the dude picked him up and did the double smash. You see that right there. And he gets up in the air and he's got enough mobility in his back hips that he can beat the fuck out of it. It says right here, Chemantton, Utah, you don't see many savage horses these days, but back in the rodeo infancy around the 20th century, there are many thanks to the cross hot bloods, the thoroughbreds, the Arabians, and the cold-blooded drafted taps that reap the stylish, strong, durable horses from the urban carriages. That right there is a story about why a horse beat the fuck out of you. And I've also got like 500 more of these videos. God, this one's want to be one of my top 5. Check this out. Distant cousin of the horse, the cow. This thing comes out, does a quick 180 turn, body slams homie, does a handstand tap. That right there was more of like a Cirque du Soleil kind of move. You know this dude's face is rearranged. If you have 1,500 pounds of bull And the other thing you don't notice about this is that back kick. That second back kick right here, dude. Fucking A, man. One more time. Land, twist, plant. Dude, that's 2 moves. This guy's a karate fucking master. Styling, dude. 𝗕𝗵𝗸𝗁𝗧𝗏 again. I don't know how anybody can doubt this dude. Like, he's lost some, for sure. 2 more indoor world titles. Let's see what he won. What did Jakob win indoor? Shit, I can't spell. Looks like Jakob takes a 3,000. What else did he win? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Jesus. 3,000. That's women's. Heptathlon? No. Sorry, guys. I thought I'd have some good details for you, but dude's a freaking freak, dude. Just doesn't stop winning anything. But what I really want to talk about is wrestling today. I do. I'll say hi to everybody first. Grayson, you're always here for me. The rest of the guys, dude, you did miss a horse kicking video. You missed the greatest one. Let me see if I can find that again. Yeah, check this out. Just for you, homie. It's the horse kick, off the horse, back bite, shake that bitch. Yeah, dude, the 𝗕𝗟𝗏 thing is pretty crazy. The 𝗕𝗟𝗏 thing is crazy. Let's see here. Hunter, any breathing tips for people who have asthma? You should go to a doctor, homie. You're going to die. Don't ask me. Oh. Yeah, dude. This dude right here. Oh, wait a second. Can we talk about something? My dad and I are going to talk about this on the podcast, but this is why rugby's not a real sport. You ain't got time to stick fingers. Look at this. Goes right in that dude's asshole. You don't got time to stick fingers in dudes' assholes in American football. You will die. You don't want to be on the ground in American football because the guys are so fucking big. You'll just die. You'll die. This guy, on the other hand, look at this. He's on his back, just enjoying himself, has the time to stick a finger in this other guy's ass. This is why I still think, look at this. These guys are just a bunch of pub boys. Like, this is not a professional lineup of athletes. They're throwing fingers in each other's asses, having a good time. This is what a bunch of drunk guys do on the weekend. Now, that's a funny trick. Not going to lie. It's called an oil check. But look at this. Large pile up in NFL. Shut your mouth. So if you guys pay attention to this, dude, you don't want to be on the bottom of one of these piles. These guys are massive. Look at this. You want to end up underneath one of these piles? You die. What's going to happen here? Yeah, look at this. Ain't got no time to stuff fingers in each other's bums. That's rugby league. It's the different version of crappier rugby. Thanks, Noel. But you're proving a point to me that you guys have. We used to have the XFL. We terminated it quickly. We terminated it quickly because we recognized it presented zero value. By the way, that guy's a beast. Basically, Jason Bourne. Okay. So I started to do my research. I really did want to talk to you guys about this just because I love wrestling. I was like, how the hell did this guy named Wyatt Hendrickson just beat 𝗕𝗟𝗏? Where the hell is that win? I got to find it. It's around here somewhere. But basically, this guy Wyatt beat like the unstoppable of unstoppables in wrestling. Olympian, and this young college kid just put the fucking pipes to him. Solid ass takedown. And then we had 2 other guys from Oklahoma win. But here's the backstory. It's because David Taylor, the Magic Man, is now the head coach there. And I got to wonder how much they're paying this guy because he used to wrestle for Penn State. And now look at those big old Quasimodo ears. He's teaching these young chitlins right here, young wee lads, how to dominate, how to absolutely dominate and destroy souls. So there's something going on in the water in Oklahoma, and we're going to want to watch. But I want to go through and go into my show notes. I'm going to have to stop sharing screen so I can bring them up. You guys talk amongst each other. Oh, there's so many fucking horse videos. There's so many. Just dead bodies. I'm basically just going to go through here. Okay. Wait a second. Give me 2 seconds, baby. I don't know why my dad does this kind of shit to me. Messages me the weirdest shit in the morning. I think half of literally the show notes for the show are in the wrong page. Well, this is depressing. Finland wins the fucking happiest country in the world for 8 years in a row. United States is now the lowest it's been. 24, literally 24 out of all the countries in the world. That's what we're ranking in the United States. Does Nick Bear have a mullet now? Not as good as this bitch, dude. This is glorious. This is glorious. Nobody cares about your Echo Bike workouts. But I'm going to look at the lineup here of NCAA National Wrestling Championship. Flow Wrestling. Yeah, dude. Look at this. Everybody wants to talk about this guy right here. Heavyweight champion. Wyatt from Oklahoma. Stephen Buchanan ended up becoming the 197, and AJ Ferrari ended up losing. Let's see here. We're going to find Flow Wrestling. Whoa, 𝗕𝗍𝗄. Dropping money. It's good to be back, 𝗕𝗍𝗄. I want you guys to see some of these badass pins. This guy became, oh, this is the one you guys got to watch. I mean, when you're getting tossed around a man of this size, which a lot of you guys probably do want to get tossed around. Let's be honest. Now you're just getting kind of rolled over, ragdolled. He's putting his big arm across your face. He's touching your lower back where you got that sensitive meat. But then all of a sudden you decide with 30 seconds to go, you're like, I'm tired of being the boy in this relationship. I want to be the daddy. He comes in, gets that high crotch, does the turnover, puts his loin right on your upper thigh, and then throws an arm under your armpit. That's emasculation. That right there, guys, how you win a national title. You play possum, you go down in points, you roll around on the ground, you let him think he's the boss. You're wearing bright orange colors just so that you look like you're strong, but then you do the double possum. You go from pretending to be strong to pretending to be weak, then all of a sudden fucking showing your strength again. That's the triple spin. But I don't know if you guys can see the entire crowd in the background. Nobody expected this. So we're pumped. This guy right here just set basically a record, which I don't even know is possible. He's a 5-time NCAA champion. I don't even understand what that means. I don't even know how it's possible to become a 5-time champion when you can only go to college for 4 years. So somebody is going to have to Somebody's going to have to explain that to me. Grayson, I'm proud of you for coming out, showing yourself fully in this moment. What else we got? Yeah. This guy, 𝗍𝗓𝗏, ended up losing, which is a total bummer. Because you wanted him to be a champion. This guy right here, he was a national champion a couple years ago and then got a sexual assault charge, then ended up getting dropped, and he got to come back into wrestling, and he'd been undefeated all season. And yeah, dude, he was just a rock star. He's got a sexy mullet and just sucks, man. Sucks because you wanted to see this guy come back. I'll show you some of his highlight reels real quick of him just dominating dudes on day one. Come on, baby. Let me see some. Let me see some. He had like the most viewed videos of just him dominating dudes. Oh, what's this? You wish your guy's girlfriend could do that to you. Big pickup, toss you down, wrestle you around, boy. If I can find this video, it'll be solid. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. I don't know. Penn State, they're kind of weak videos. These are kind of weak. These are a little bit weak. Yeah, can't find it. But the dude was a stud. Send your son to Dagestan, 2-3 year. Yeah, I know. I know. But the story, dude, really is about that guy right here. If you guys want to do any research on somebody who's just a freaking beast, do it on him. Because he just broke the mold for wrestling right now. Defeated national champ with the most bonus points. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, boys and girls, we're back. We're back in California. I'll give you guys some expectations of what we got coming up so you guys can have some fun. We got some great YouTube content coming out. Right now, I'm basically locking in here for the next 3 months almost, up until June 12th. So we got like 10 weeks. 10 weeks basically until World Championships. We're going to stay here. We're going to go back and forth between the cabin. And we got George coming out. We got Jack Driscoll coming out. We got Jake the Snake coming out. We got potentially Caleb. We got Marshall coming out. We got a huge crowd of people coming out here next month. And then I think Graham and Tiny Tim might come out in May, which is going to be sick. That will be like the peak of all peak months. Right now, my main focus is basically just getting back, getting my feet grounded, and focusing on running and CrossFit. The stuff that I've missed the most. I'm basically going to finish that Ultimate Engine program and just hammer. Malibu is still kind of partially torched, and it sucks ass because I can't get down to Santa Monica or basically anywhere and go train with like half the dudes that I train with. So shit's going to be interesting. Just going to say that. Grayson, 92nd percentile in the CrossFit Open this year. Can anybody explain to me what the hell is going on with the CrossFit Open and how you even qualify anymore? Because is it all digital? And is it all like, does anybody have opinions or understanding of that? Because from what I can tell, like CrossFit's like completely collapsed, and it sucks to watch now. I don't even know what people do anymore to actually compete in CrossFit. It seems like half the athletes left. I know Colton Merton, who's like my favorite CrossFitter in the world. I don't even know how to spell his name. Shit. Shiho. This little fucker. Top 1% from the Open goes to semifinals. No quarterfinals anymore. So what do? I'm pegging this guy to win something. Honestly, if I could pick anybody to be my hero, it's this little fucker. I mean, look at the size of him. The dumbbell only has to move 2 feet. Or for me, it's got to move like 60 feet. And I think he just dominated the open because look at the size. I mean, his triceps are the size of his entire body. And he can do CrossFit so fast. Yeah, dude. The dude's a freak. That's how I used to do burpees in CrossFit. He's such a beast. He's such a beast. Yeah. We're going to cruise through. Fight an electric tarantula or a venomous parrot. Fucking not a tarantula, dude. Check this out. This was literally in my backyard yesterday. I don't know if you guys can tell.
Watch out.
He has a really fully developed rattle. He's too tiny. He's too tiny. Oh, there he goes. There you go. He's going to try to strike a little bit. Look at that. So that's a baby. That's a baby rattlesnake right there. And the thing is poisonous as fuck. Those are the ones that if they bite you, you're basically done. Like done. And they can just dump venom into you until you like pass out and fall apart. And that thing was sitting right on the edge of my house. So yeah, the last thing I would want to touch is a venomous, I guess electric business parrot stuck too. So what am I saying? But we're going to go back through here. We're going to go through the show notes, and I got to get the heck out of here, guys, because I got training coming up in like 15 fucking minutes. And we talked about this. Horse videos for days. Dead body. Not a horse, but a cow. And look at her being consoled by her friend. Second friend tries to come up and help her out. This is where you can tell she starts crying. But I respect it. I mean, Sasuta, tell me how to pronounce that, Tito. 𝗕𝗟𝗗𝗏. Dead. This one makes no sense to you guys in this context. Fuck. My ex-girlfriend used to bite me like that. Look at that. You can't trust these fucking beasts. Tap the truck stick. Ryan Theory. Oh, man. Dude, this is like all horse videos. I actually didn't get any athletic videos up for you guys today because I got too distracted. But this is a goddamn sport. And I'll admit, like, this to me is what I want to do with the rest of my life. Oh. Homeboy got mangled. I mean, that basically this is like jungle bobsledding. I mean, dude. That's like the kind of sledding hill that you tried to find as a kid, knowing that if you got started on the sled, the likelihood of you finishing on the sled is 10% below zero. The likelihood that you finish without a massive injury, at least some person dislocating an arm or losing a tooth, you know this guy's fucked. He's still moving at like 30 miles an hour across the grass. Whoopi Goldberg trying to defend women's sports. Yeah, that's a bad one. Probably not a video that we should be sharing right now. Guys, let me finish up the rest of the notes, and I got to bounce. Your algo is back? Yeah, I know, dude. I can tell you right now that there was a weird period of time where I was in Australia, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on because I lost, like, everything. Like, I'll even open up my algorithm right now. Let's see what's just going on here, and I'll share it with you guys. For a second there, like right now, it looks like we've got wrestling, cars, a couple chicks, and Nordic skiing, fighting, cats, and more cars. no horses. But for a while there, guys, like I had zero cool content. It was like Australia had basically decided to ruin me. They decided to ruin me. And it drove me nuts. I couldn't find anything I really enjoyed. Thanks, dude. My jaw does look awesome. I'll admit, like, by the end of my trip across the world, like, I had actually gained weight more than I had lost weight. Like, I was training, but I started to gain weight. And by the time I got home to the United States, I was like, okay, Hunter, it's time to dial back in and just start eating like you're training again to win. And, it's easy to get out of that routine when you're traveling across Europe. Like, we had a fucking blast. Like, we worked out a bunch. We didn't train as much as I'd like to say. We worked out a bunch when we were in Australia. But, the difference between what I was doing in Australia and what I do here is just weighing out the food, the volume. Like, last week was not even a training week for me. And if I go and try to open up my Strava, I don't know if it will let me open this thing. My training weeks. Oh, daddy. What the fuck is this? RNYC, log in. It sent me a code. The volume was just down. And I can tell you right now, just being back here and cranking up my volume and eating normal food, it's crazy. Like, if I could give you guys any kind of advice when it comes to really peaking, it's about doing the same thing over and over and over again. And basically, if you can follow up with that and do that for 12 weeks straight, the juice is loose. The juice is loose, baby. Traveling's the devil, but fuck, did I have a good time. Did I do some wild shit? You know it. I can't get into the details of those stories. Where's my fucking code? Metacase. Dude, I'm so sick and tired of these companies pretending like they want to protect you. And then all of a sudden, they want you to have a code for everything that's like some kind of backup. Get a new code. Fuck you. All the content. They gave you all the content of those Gold Coast honeys. Yeah. Dude, it was wild. Let's just be honest. It's not what we can talk about. Volume down, chicks up. Yeah. Thank you. What's my diet like? Gosh. Most days I start out with about 100 grams of oatmeal and 2 scoops of peanut butter, maple syrup, a bunch of honey and coffee. Like, that's pretty light. As soon as we start training, we're basically fueling up with carb and electrolyte products. So like, I start to take Strength X2 Hydro, and then I mostly have enough carbs from breakfast that I don't need to carb up before the workout. During the workout, we basically will then take carb products, and it doesn't really matter. Like, I typically tend to rip on gels and sip on hydro. And then I'll definitely be doing like 2 or 3 gels an hour, especially as we're doing like really, really intense sessions. From there, I will go to like a coffee shop, like, doesn't matter, McDonald's, Starbucks, whatever it is, and I crush. Like, that's where all of a sudden you just have this big solid meal. If you can, after a workout, I prefer to do a lot more hydration, amino acids, and carbohydrates, and I will just let myself rehydrate after a workout. Then the first solid meal is about an hour afterwards. So you kind of just like slow jog it in, walk, stretch, put some new clothes on, shower, change, eat some food. From there, I try to eat a huge lunch, try to nap for a couple hours, wake up from the nap. Then all of a sudden you're loading up like way, way, way more carbohydrates and stuff and coffee before your second session, energy drinks, these bad boys like this right here, Celsius. You smash that before you guys get started. Boom, hit it hard. Second session of the day usually ends up being not as intense as the first session of the day. So We're not doing as much like high octane caffeine kind of stuff. From there, what you want to really do is probably have the heaviest meal at like 6 p.m. That's where all of a sudden you're starting to eat steak. And being that it's this time of year for me, like I'm cutting from steak to chicken, but you guys can see, like, I don't know if the lighting's good enough, but veins everywhere, dude. You want to just be pure veins. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Once you get really, really dialed in, I only really like to do it for like 2 months out of the year, because the rest of the year I'm around 10% body fat. Anything below that, it's just always calorie counting. I can stay between 9 and 10% body fat year round without having to change anything in my life. I can drink beer, I can have fun, I can still be a stud. But if you want to be like that peak shape, usually what it means is calorie counting, constructing your week around basically high performance workouts. But I just told you guys kind of the championship diet. So about 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day. And on the non-movement days, what we do is like I'll eat only steak on the non-movement days. And like it's one of these kind of things where if you're eating as much as I do the days you are training, you're going to have carbohydrates in your system the day afterwards for sure, like at a really, really high level. It may be topped off, but by the time I get my next workout started, like I'll do carbs in the morning. But I think one of the things I'll tell you guys right now, it's a secret hack of mine, like not a secret hack. Like I own a training business. I tell people this is a powerful tool. On low volume training days or no volume training days, all carnivore. And you'll get used to it. At first, you kind of get a little bit miserable, but you'll get used to it and it will lean you the fuck out. It will lean you really, really hard out. Like I basically dick skin these days. Shredded. Have ever banged a German girl? I dated a German girl. They're great. Not as great as Australian girls, not as great as Americans. Best girls in the world, British and Australian women. Because of their banter and attitude. Are they the nicest women? No. Canadians are nice. What else do we got here? South Americans, amazing. I think they want to just make you happy as a man. It just depends on what kind of person you are. If you really want to align yourself with a happy relationship, I think I've had an opportunity to travel around the world and meet a lot of people. I've reached the point in my life where I'm old enough now that probably whoever I get in a really, really serious relationship with is going to maybe be the last person I get in a relationship with. And I've been around the block enough to know that probably not going to get married to an American woman. Not from like big cities like New York City or LA or San Francisco. Those chicks are trouble, dude. You want to find a girl that's been on a farm her entire life and you're the first man she's ever seen. She's like, what are you? And I'm like, nice. You just got off the boat? Perfect. Otherwise, European girls, way better. Which open workout would you have done best at? Did you even glance at them by chance? I didn't look at any of the open workouts after the first one. I'll just be real with you guys. The open is so fucking boring these days. Like, there's no more characters in the sport except for Colton Merton. And, like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to bash CrossFitters. It's just like, you guys did it to yourselves. And, you guys should have unified rather than fucking attacked. And whatever. Good luck with whatever the fitness fucking league is. It's going to be dead. It's going to get 3 views. Yeah. Just saying. What'd you get, Kipping? What was the third open workout? Typing it in. CrossFit games. Could you guys shut the fuck up? It's a bit boring. Yeah, the entirety of your guys' sport is boring. 5 wall walks? You lost me. Do you think I want to fucking smash my face and dick into the ground and then walk up a wall backwards, a skill that aligns with nothing to do with humanity? You guys fucked yourself with this. CrossFit is a bunch of idiots. The only sponsor you guys can get these days is a cooler company. Idiots. Like, I personally can't tell my dad or anybody that I respect in my life that the way that I competitively measure myself as a human being is by doing repetitive laydowns and then walk up walls backwards. 50-calorie row, decent. 5 wall walks, you fucked yourself. 25 deadlifts, decent. 5 wall walks, you fucked yourself. 25 cleans, decent. The wall walks, once again. The repetitive wall walks is what's so embarrassing. You guys are fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys did this to yourselves. And I'm here as a person that's used CrossFit. I just told you guys I've come home from my long tour and I'm getting ready for World Championships. The only 2 things that I'm focusing on is running and CrossFit. I've loved CrossFit forever, but I won't publicly tell people that I do it competitively because I'm not an idiot. My business partner, Austin, was just over here and we are planning out the workouts for Battle Bunker. So sick. The 𝗕𝗵𝗸𝗏 games this year is going to be so insane. Like, we don't want to really test you guys in the capacity of just seeing what it's like for you to lay on your stomach and then walk up a wall backwards, or see you pick a piece of metal with 2 cylindrical rubber devices on each side from the ground to your chest repeatedly. It's embarrassing. It's not enough. It's not a story. Because think about it. If you sit down at a bar, you're like, dude, do you remember that time I went from doing 5 wall walks into rowing? And then when I was done rowing, I walked up the wall again. And then guess what, dude? Afterwards, yeah, I know. We did some cleans. What? What you guys have done is basically taken a story that was interesting for a short period of time, and then you drank your own Kool-Aid, meaning you pissed back into the jug that you were drinking out of and continued to drink it until there was no more Kool-Aid left and it was just a piss jug. And then 15 years later, you've gone from a company that sold for $200 million and now will sell for probably less than 40 with these workouts. But, God, I feel bad. I mean, you've given me a great opportunity as somebody who's created a competition company and is trying to capture all the athletes that you guys mistreated. And we're going to put on a really fun competition if you guys want to come over. Our qualifiers are in June. We'd love to have you. Instead of going to Dallas, Texas, can you guys imagine going to Catalina, a tropical island off of Los Angeles? It's beautiful. The water's crystal clear. It's not like a dirty swamp pond in Dallas, Texas. It's a beautiful place with luxurious palm trees, and the sun just tickles your back as you work out. It's not too hot. It's just the right amount of temperature. And you get to go camping with all of your friends and enjoy each other. You don't have to spend fucking $5,000. I spent $7,000 when I went to the CrossFit games, going out there and staying in a bum hotel. You do this. It's all included inside of your ticket costs, including the food. And we treat you nicely. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that weird? CrossFit, you turds. You idiots. Yeah, every CrossFit gym should get involved in 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I mean, I think the affiliates in 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 are probably going to be bigger than CrossFit's affiliates this year. And makes sense. Just saying. Why spend $4,500 to align yourself with a company that's basically worth as much as a trash can? Yeah. The fact that they brought the games to Albany, another joke. You guys just went from California, amazing. Madison, Wisconsin, questionable. Dallas, Texas, we can tell this is the demise of the empire. Albany, you basically gave the keys to the castle to the janitor. And you let him start making the decisions. And he's like, my cousin lives in Albany. We should go there. Idiots. I don't know what else I want to talk about. Kind of want to go running. But I'm happy to be back. If I turn the camera around, guys, I'd be showing you we're building a studio now so that we can start to really interview athletes face-to-face. That's something you guys can expect coming. If you have any questions about what we got coming up, just as like a company or media-wise, don't message me because I will not give you any real feedback. I'll give you questionable feedback. But guys, I'm all in on just getting ready for world championships. This is where we kind of start to trim the fat of physical fat and emotional and mental fat. So I'll be here on the podcast. We'll be having fun. We're going to definitely do one podcast a week with myself, and maybe every other week we'll bring my dad on. We'll bring some other random guests. If you have guests that you want to get involved, you can. Some of the biggest things I want to thank, guys, basically my sponsors. I want to thank The Feed, Celsius, Puma, Amazfit. Took my watch off, but it's because I'm sweating. If you guys want to get involved in what we're doing with coaching, go to House Training. If you guys want to get involved in the best supplements in the entire world, getting jacked up, Builder Sports, baby, or just go to The Feed. You can get Builder Sports on there now. We have a new product hopefully coming out May 1st. I have to change the name of the company because I found out, or the product, because I found out another company is using that name, which is such bullshit. Such bullshit. But once it's out, you guys are going to be cracked out on it, because I am right now, if you can't tell. Yeah, today, 6 by 6 minutes, it's going to be brutal. I'm basically going to work on 5:30s, then 5:15s, and then I'm probably going to hit a couple sub 5-minute miles if your boy's feeling like a beast. I'll answer a couple questions that I'm going to get out of here. What's my max volume running? Well, I would show you if Strava wasn't such a dick. I'm running about 50 miles a week. I've kind of cut out a lot of the biking because it's just not helping right now. I mean, like I still do it, but 50 miles a week, that's good. I did a bench and ski workout today. Proper man. Dude, Chapman, I'm going to give this workout to all you guys. I call it moguls. I want you to hit 30-calorie ski, 30-pound wall balls, 3 rounds. I did it in 7 minutes and 19 seconds. I think I can definitely get 6:45, but 3 rounds, 30-cal ski, 30 wall balls at 30 pounds, and attack it as hard as you can. Unbroken. I don't think so, bud. I don't think so. The 30-pound wall ball was a game changer. It was my first time ever using one, and it hurt my knees. I'll tell you that much. It hurt my knees. You just don't recognize that extra force coming down, and all of a sudden you kind of like do a little dip and a jerk. Shit, man. That's rugged. But boys and girls, I got to get out of here. But you guys know the deal. If you guys want to see some people that we're going to interview in the next couple of weeks leading up to World Championships, I need you guys to get into the notes afterwards and go to the comments of this episode and just put people's names down. Yeah. Dude, the feed bottles are sick. Thank you for supporting. Let's go, baby. That's the warm-up sorted. What's next? What I usually do, I do a max effort workout like that, and then I do intervals afterwards. So it's usually a minute on, minute off of sled pushes, lunges, and burpees, all weight vest style, dude. You just got to be buff as shit. But you couldn't last a 60-minute workout with a man. You couldn't. You couldn't. I can see the shape of your body. You got a little boy body. Yeah. That's right, baby. All right, boys and girls, I'm out. I'll catch y'all soon.